Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by the Stiff Brownie, the intern, and the dirtbag's coming with glasses on. Yep, that's right.
Happy April Fools, everybody.
April Fools, yeah. I got April Fool today. We'll talk about that later. But I do want to throw a shout out to Big Rob's Pizza.
Yeah.
Joey, hope your hip is feeling better, buddy. I know he's hurting out there. Also, First Class Pizza, OC Boardroom.
Thanks, Scar.
Thanks,
Heather.
Thank you, Joe and Heather, for taking a picture. We got to get that put up on our Instagram page. And then I also want to throw a shout out to gotbackup.com for your storage needs. And then also we got First Class, or I already said that, Selman Chevrolet for your car needs. So with all that being said, we're going to turn it over to the intern for what happened on this week in sports history.
Yeah, so in this week in sports history, 1954, Detroit Red Wings right wing Gordie Howe scores 2 goals and an assist and sets a Stanley Cup playoffs record for fastest goal from the start of a game in 9 seconds. 1976, Oakland Athletics trade 2 key members from the recent World Series championship team, where they got rid of Reggie Jackson and Ken Holtzman to the Orioles in exchange for Don Baylor and Mike Torres and Paul Mitchell.
It almost sounds like you didn't know who any of those guys were.
Don Baylor.
Don Baylor is like Hall of Famer.
I like Don Baylor. That's stance he had.
Oh, it's so good.
1978, New York Islanders right wing Mike Bossy becomes the first NHL rookie to score 50 goals in a season after scoring 50 and 51 in closing moments of a 3-2 win. 1978, Czech tennis star Martina Navratilova wins her first WTA Tour Championship.
Tranny.
She was a beast, dude. She was a beast.
I got Tourette's. Yeah, she was.
1980, Montreal right wing Guy Lafleur scores twice to become the first player in NHL history to record 6 straight 50-goal seasons. And in 1989, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar last game is held in Seattle.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
that's
if Guy Lafleur ever became a tranny, he could just go to Gal instead of Guy. Gal. Sorry.
This
My
is the
kid-
world we live in.
I'm a
Biden's
12.
America.
I'm a 12-year-old today.
Biden's America.
I'm a 12-year-old. I totally apologize. You know, I forgot to say a big shout out to our boy Johnny, J3 Supply Group, for your hose and fitting specialist.
Yeah.
They're the ones who let us do this and have fun and try to grow it. So
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate your time and patience.
thank you, John. You're the best.
Hey,
Without you, this is nothing. We'd be on the street with homeless people. Okay, what?
Let's get right into this.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
She's the talk of the town, and you know, it was interesting to hear that Ice Cube, you know, he's got that 3-on-3 league.
Big three.
Big three with all the has-beens and some that weren't.
The broken down players, Jason Richardson.
But I thought it was impressive that he offered her he saw an opportunity to offer somebody that's got a name
Yes.
$5 million to play that will coincide with her WNBA contract. He literally said, when you need to leave, you can go.
I love it. First of all, $5 million.
It's nothing. That's nothing.
That's
a lot for her.
It's a lot, and she will be the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft by the Indiana Fever. Don't know why I know their nicknames, but anyways, that doesn't make a lot of money. I mean, that's like $100,000 or $150,000 a year contract.
Sure.
So the fact that she can play in both, she should definitely take the $5 million. You know, and it also shows what she's going to be able to do or not do against men. So I'm going to take it a step further, actually. I've been thinking about this quite a bit. I think Caitlin Clark, I think the Lakers with their 2nd round pick should say her name, have Adam Silver go up and say, in the 2024 NBA draft, the Lakers with the 2nd round, 48th pick, take Caitlin Clark. I think it would send shockwaves. I know you're shocked already with me saying that. But it's going to send shockwaves. It's a great PR move. It's a 2nd round pick that's not, if they pick a different guy out of college, she's not going to make the Lakers roster. He'd be 12th on the bench, which she can be. I'm not saying starter. But what do you think about that? Because I got a lot to say on it, and we'll just go back and forth.
Well, what I think is she's going to struggle in the big three. even though you're playing guys that are completely retired, have been retired for quite some time, they're still
Right.
6'7" with an 8-foot wingspan.
Right.
Her ability to get up a shot, she's a lot slower. She's about the same size as Steph Curry, but she's a lot slower in getting
Yeah.
her shot up than Steph is. And she's not as crafty with the dribbling skills to get around people like Steph Curry is, and constantly moving like Steph Curry is. I mean, Steph Curry is, when you think about it, other than Michael Jordan and maybe Allen Iverson with his crossover, he's the one guy that has absolutely changed the landscape of the NBA. And I just don't see her doing that. I think she's going to struggle in the Big Three. However, I would like to see her at least go to the Big Three.
Yeah.
I also don't know how she's going to play defense in the NBA.
Nobody plays defense in the NBA.
Yeah, but you got LeBron James barreling down on you. I don't think. I think she's taking she's making a contract decision.
Yes, he would
out of the
kill
way.
her in a charge, and like the women, would be all over her, saying LeBron should go to jail. But nobody takes charges. Everybody moves out of the way in the NBA. Nobody plays defense. And she's such a good shooter, and she's such a good passer. She's the best thing since Cheryl Miller that the women have coming out of school. She broke all the records.
She would end up being the third woman ever, I believe, and I have to get a fact check on this, but I think it's the third woman ever to receive an actual NBA contract. The other two being Annie Myers out of UCLA, who was insane if anybody ever got to see her play.
Yes.
And then Louisa Harris, who was the first black woman in 1969 to get a contract from at this time, San Antonio Warriors, which could have been a CBA team. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
That was before I was alive. But as far as I know, those are the only two females that have ever gotten a contract with the NBA.
Well, if the NBA was ever going to do it, this is the girl to do it with. Is all I'm saying. And there's a back note to what I'm talking about by selecting her. I don't think whoever they select, let's say there's been talk that the Lakers want to select Bronny James to appease LeBron and have his son play, but that would be a terrible pick.
He's not good in college.
I think saying Caitlin Clark's name, don't sign her as a free agent either. That doesn't have the amount of
notoriety.
And it's not going to hit as hard. You actually say her name, draft it. She gets the minimum wage contract.
She
which
comes
is
up, she puts the hat on, all the cameras.
Yes, gets a jersey, everything. Now she might not even get on the court. She'll be in mop-up time. She'll run around, shoot some threes. Jesus, what's wrong with me? I stopped drinking, by the way. 7 weeks sober.
Congratulations.
And I feel like I'm still drunk though, because I'm brain farting on certain things. But I really think that Caitlin Clark playing for the Lakers would be just an unbelievable PR move, and her playing would bring in like maybe 10% more audience to the NBA. Because it's a terrible product right now.
It is an awful product.
It's if
it's not being rigged with the refs and all the BS that's going on in that whole deal. I mean, I thought the NFL was rigged. The NBA is far worse than the NFL.
I got one for you. Can the intern, you, John, anybody tell me who ruined the NBA?
LeBron James.
No.
Well, he ruined the NBA. Well,
he ruined your life and all sorts.
Well,
of
and that's
ways.
why I don't mind the Lakers taking Caitlin Clark, because then, as a Clipper fan, I know for sure we're gonna be way better than that.
You should have never said that. I am going to tear you apart being a Clipper fan. You will have an awesome new stadium though, or arena.
Yeah. So finish what you were saying.
And do it, It's gonna be awesome. So, what was I talking about?
You're talking about who ruined the NBA.
Oh, do you know who ruined the NBA? Current player.
Current player?
Yes, this guy single-handedly has ruined the NBA.
Bigger baby than LeBron James. Because I don't know of a single person.
I would love to say Draymond Green, since he needs some serious anger management, but no, it's his teammate. Steph Curry has ruined the NBA with his sharp shooting from the three. He's unbelievable. He's going to put it where nobody will ever break the record whenever he decides to hang up. He's like going to double whatever Ray Allen and Reggie Miller did.
Yeah.
And what does that do to everybody else? I'm Steph Curry. He's good, but I'm bigger, stronger. I can shoot just as well. So now every NBA player starts shooting threes. It's Brick City. Nobody plays and passes the ball, does screens. That's why watching women's NCAA basketball, I've been watching this tournament. I'm watching Iowa with Caitlin Clark. These women, yes, they can't dunk. It's terrible. No alley-oops. But I'm telling you, they play such a better game. They pass. They do backdoor picks. They do,
There's flow to the game.
there's flow to the game. They're moving around. They're passing the ball. People are getting open shots constantly. I mean, seriously. I'm giving the women some serious credit here.
I've been watching Iowa because obviously they, how big of name Caitlin Clark is now.
Right.
The Iowa games are televised. Even before the tournament started, there was a couple games that were televised.
Yes.
It's hard to watch because she's getting triple teamed and literally nobody else on her team can score.
Yeah.
And so, is it a better product? I don't know, but I can tell you this: I'm very impressed with South Carolina. They are so much better than everybody else.
Yeah, they are.
UConn can kind of probably hang in there. I don't see it. I don't see Iowa or LSU hanging in there.
Wow.
I think when you're in the Final Four and they have already put out the line at 12,
Yeah.
minus 12 for South Carolina over NC State,
Yeah.
you're just a much better team.
Right. They are.
That's a massive line.
They are. Okay, you just struck a chord. I said it on Instagram. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to revert back to my 12-year-old. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. But did you see Oregon State playing South Carolina?
Yes.
Did you understand the ramifications of these two schools meeting each other and playing?
No.
Well, I'm going to tell you. I wanted to see it on the football field, but they didn't. They've never done a home and home. They've never played each other. But this happened in the tournament for the women's, and I'll take what I get. It was the Beavers versus the Cocks, and the Cocks smashed it into the Beavers during the game in the second half, just like you said.
Wow.
They're a good team. Yeah, I know. I said that with a straight face.
So wait a
I
second.
am literally 12 years old.
Who's left in the women's tournament?
Oh,
It's
this-
Iowa, LSU, UConn, and USC, right?
I'm glad you brought that up. UConn is a 3 seed. USC is the 1 seed. Yet UConn is favored by 3.5.
Correct.
But I'm hoping and praying that Juju Watkins can lead the women of Troy and play in the finals. It will be USC versus USC. University of Southern Cal versus University of South Carolina. We can put to bed who the real USC is. And this is where I am 12 years old again. The Trojans will cover the Cocks if they meet. I'm talking spread, peeps.
Jesus.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, what's wrong with me? What is in this Ghost energy drink?
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's talk about the Lakers since we were just talking about how much we hate CCP, Bron.
You had a big game, man.
They're
Against
finally
Brooklyn,
making a
9
push,
of
it looks
10.
like. They're finally making a push.
They're playing well.
What,
D-Lo.
is Street Clothes finally off the bench?
Who?
Anthony Davis?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Breakable
Yeah,
is
Mr.
actually...
Glass.
Mr. Glass, he's actually playing, and he's putting up fucking numbers that are epic. So if he can keep this up, and LeBron had 40 points, 13 of 17, 9 of 10 behind the three-point line. He was hitting everything. I'm telling you, I know everybody hates him, but the guy is a physical freak at his age, and he's dominating still. I wouldn't stand in front of that guy. You were talking about Caitlin Clark taking a charge. I can't see anybody taking a charge. That guy will ruin you.
Well, she's like 6'2", 135 maybe? I
Yeah.
mean, she's just going to get bowled over. But I don't pay attention to the WNBA, obviously, and I certainly don't pay attention to the BLM League.
That's what the dirtbags here
So
for.
tell
I
me,
got you covered.
tell me where we are with the playoffs, because I know there's only a few games left.
We have about 7 games left. The Suns, who are in the 8th slot, have a ridiculous schedule. Like they are playing teams that have 20 plus wins above 500. So the Suns are going to lose and be in the 9-hole. Warriors need to hold on and keep Houston, who won like 11 straight. The Houston Rockets.
What?
Yeah, the ex-coach who got fired by the Celtics. For
Yeah.
I don't know, doing a little hanky-panky with a staff member.
Yeah.
This dude got hired without anybody noticing. I didn't even notice that Houston hired
Wow.
him. And Houston Rockets are playing, and they're young.
Wow.
And they're only one game behind the Warriors for that last slot.
Where are the Sacramento Queens?
The Sacramento Queens are in the 7th slot.
Okay.
And the Lakers are only like a couple games back, and they have the easiest schedule. They're playing like the Wizards, the Nets. Everybody they play is under 500 the rest of the way. So the Lakers have a really good chance of getting in. They're still going to have to do the play-in, but they can be the one that is at home and has to be beaten twice. So I don't think it really matters. They're hot right now. The
Right.
Lakers they're playing well. D'Angelo's playing well. AD's playing well. LeBron's playing well. Austin Reeves playing well. Rui, like they're all putting it together. They just got Gabe Vincent back, so I would not be surprised if the Lakers did do what they did last year, try to flip a switch and go on a
And
run.
where are my Clippers?
Your Clippers are doing well. Now this is
They
a
figured
team.
out. I know that they figured out the whole Harden situation.
Harden doesn't talk. Kawhi doesn't talk because he's really interesting. He has a terrible laugh. I don't really get that guy. He doesn't say anything in his endorsements when he's on commercials. Paul George, he can go hot or cold, but the Clippers are a wild card to maybe win it this year.
Really?
I think they can, if they can stay healthy, put it together. I love that guy Powell. He is just lights out when he shoots threes because he's always open because they're covering the other three.
Oh,
So I'm giving your Clippers a chance.
Okay. Well, usually my boy Rodney Jones gives me some sort of preseason bet to make. This year
Okay.
he didn't give it to me. So I might have to revisit it before playoffs. But as far as I understand, Boston's the team to beat, right? They're by far the best team.
Boston's the best team. I don't think Milwaukee can put it together with Giannis and Dame Lillard.
Dame time?
Yeah,
I
Dame
love
time.
Dame time.
He is awesome, but they're missing something. I don't know. It's a coach. They got Doc Rivers. Who knows?
All right.
But Boston's definitely got a good chance to win it. But it's either the Nuggets or Clippers.
Okay, why don't we flip this back? We'll come back for another 17-minute segment. Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yes, please,
Thank
and
you.
go to our website
We're going to give you the Masters
hbnfilteredsportstalk.com.
picks and